Hi everyone, and thanks for joining. We're back outside with the morning sun this time. We're looking at a little bit of a harder to decipher image. You can see how the yellow represents the hair of the figure and how there is some type of totem. The beak of the bird probably, and the crest, and how the diamond eye is done can be seen there. And believe it or not, we do kind of have this at the right angle, but I'm going to bring you down just a little bit as well so we can look at some of the other silhouettes that are underneath. So with the top bird, we have another bird on the bottom here with another eye and the crests with the, if you look inside the carvings there, you'll see them swooping up. That's a technical term, swoop. And some of these just do look like cartoons, but we might not be getting the complete portrait out just yet. So with the way that the shadows are showing just this prehistoric, I mean, it's like something you might see from an old cartoon that you may have never seen before from like a foreign country, right? That's kind of what we're dealing with here, guys. I'm going to move this around upside down. It has a very similar thing, and I'm going to show you that right now. And before we go just completely off this side, I just want to point out that the way that these were normally viewed were from sticking them up in the sky with your hand. And so the way that the shadows work out, the reason why sunset and sunrise works really well is because the shadows can cast down on this. So they would hold these. You can see how there are even like ways to hold it, and you would stick it up to the sky, which I can kind of do for us here. And then you can make the person look up into the sky with all of its glory and its head, and the way that the carvings are done. You can see the definitive lines on the top. And that's the way that this art is to be seen. But to actually show it in that fashion, I'd be out of breath and be panting the entire time. But I've done it. I've done it. All right, so moving on to this silhouette that we'll see here. You can see how the painting is done for the pupil for the eye, and the way that the eye carving is done with the brow. And the little lines that come up, do you see how there's actual hashes for the eyebrow? Now I'll change this light around because it makes a big difference. Again, I'm going to kind of point him up so he's looking down, and we're going to look into that ridge eye. And as I've always said, and you guys have seen it before, in the middle of that ridge eye, you'll see the pupil, the details for the eye. Always, every single time. So whenever you're looking at this stuff and you see a ridge eye like that where it's casting a shadow, look underneath it and you will see that circle right in the middle of it. And I'm going to go ahead and, I don't feel like this one's coming out perfectly, so we're going to move it around just a bit here. All right, we're going to take a look at this kind of from the outside in, and of course you can see the way the hair is carved out with this beautiful V, and how the face is inside of here. And I know it's out of focus right now, and that's kind of intentional because I want you to look at the outside. And then we're going to take a look deeply inside this face. That way you guys can see whether the carvings are done for it. And I'm going to change its angle just a bit. Do appreciate you guys hanging out and watching this with me. Yeah, you know, I try not to do this research by myself. I do keep this stuff around in my common areas, but I don't practice these videos. So if you look closely in the carvings here, you'll see little petroglyphs and little markings with, of course, the diamonds. There's a little face, a little human guy right here. And you might not be able to see that stuff yet because you might not just expect it, but all those little carvings in there, it's actually a little character in there. So this crystal, this white crystal, I imagine is hard to work, but you can see the tool markings on it and the way that it's split in half here. The big X, of course. And I'm sorry if I'm boring you guys, but this is what we do here. We look at rocks, just boring rocks. So I love the way the color comes out. You see how the top of the hair, it's like a whiter color, brown. And of course, we could flip this same silhouette upside down and in different ways and see other ones. But that's a really pretty one. Looking into the white even, they were so crafty. I don't see a whole lot of mammoth on here, but if you guys do, let me know. I'm starting to feel the mammoth centric vibes, but I just don't know yet. So there's going to be so much with this very cool jut. We've already found a few of the cool faces on it, but I bet you that there's a whole lot more. That probably could be used for a small little face right here. They even made it so that you could almost see through the eye. So you tune this stuff in. You see how the little ridge on the lips down here is done? And so you tune it in to make that face. And make other ones too. So that's what that jut, of course you can see it's a big piece of the clear crystal, and you can use it to just make all kinds of little things. Before TVs and before books. And if you look for the eye there, you will see it. Do you see the little white carving right here? The diamond that's cut out? These were the entertainment pieces of these people. It's really beautiful. And just trying to see what else there is to unlock about this. This would be the third video about this single artifact. And I just know there's a whole lot more to it. So I want to keep on researching it with you guys, but at the same time I don't want to bore you, so we have some other artifacts to take a look at in the next video. But I'm definitely going to keep this one. I love the way that the flaking is done here. You can see. Very interesting. There's still so much more to be learned about this. I know it. I know it. All right, everyone. I think that's it for now. I do appreciate you guys hanging out. We took a look at this. It almost looks like a primate face. And it has a few different ones, though. So it's a very cool one and very unique. Definitely an interesting one. Could keep you entertained for hours. And that's what these were meant to do. All the little characters and faces and birds that you could pop out of this thing. It's just a lot of fun. If we can do it today and we can see all this stuff today and be able to show it to other people and other people can see it too, why would anyone ever think that the ancient people who lived with this stuff, who only had stone, were any different? You know, if we can do it today, then of course they could do it before. Of course they can do it before. What we can do today is just a mere glimpse of what they were capable of. Right? So thanks so much, everyone. I do appreciate you guys hanging out. I know this wasn't super fantastic, but hey, we got it done. And I think this will be the last that we see of this artifact for a little while. I'll go ahead and pack it away. But this will be part 3, like I said. Thanks again, and have a great one. Bye-bye.